Hello friends, today we are going to learn civics chapter number 2, equality. Now equality means what? Equality means an equal opportunity where individuals are protected from being discriminated. Means what, student? One person is away from the discrimination and get the equal opportunity. That means equality. So now we are going to learn about that particular topic in this chapter. India believes in democracy. The key values of a democratic governance include participation of people, resolution of their disputes and conflicts, equality and justice. Now what is democracy? That we learned in our earlier chapter. Democracy means what? Democracy means a government that is for the people, of the people and by the people. Means government solve the conflicts of the people. Even people participate to choose them, to select them and give them proper justice. Equality is the central feature of democracy as it influences all aspects of its functioning and helps in the smooth functioning of a democratic government. Now first we are going to learn about equal right to vote. Look at the given picture. What do you observe? What conclusion do you draw from it? You can see here that many people standing in a queue with their voting card. Means what, students? Means that each and every person, if it is belong to, he or she is belong to upper class, he or she is belong to lower class, he or she belongs to another religion, caste, creed, etc. He or she has the right to vote. Equal right to vote means they have the right to vote and select their representative. In a democratic country like India, all the citizens who are above the age of 18 years have been given the right to vote irrespective of their race, caste, creed or education. This right is called universal adult franchise, and if you have the right to vote, then it is also called universal adult franchise and is an essential aspect of all democracy. Not only this, each citizen shares an equal status as each of them has voting right. Now do you know Britain is considered as the mother of modern democracy. Now we are going to learn about other kinds of inequalities. Here we going to learn about what kind of inequalities is running in our society. There are many people in India who enjoy the right to vote, but their working and living condition indicate gross inequality prevailing in the situations. Two main words are there, and that are their working and living conditions. By their work status and by their living conditions, we treat the people by their working condition or by their living conditions, how they are living. We discriminate with them. Right? Now, do you know that caste system is one of the common form of inequality in India? Now, the main area where inequality exists, that is the caste system. In the urban area, India, the caste system has weakened. However, if you live in rural India, you will experience that an individual's identity is based only on the caste he is born in. But the caste system in India continues to be in the minds of educated urban population too, especially in matters concerning marriage. There are other forms of inequalities. Now students, what we are learning in this particular paragraph is that most of the time this caste inequality exists in rural areas, means village areas. The people are uneducated, that's why they follow these kind of inequalities. But in urban areas, even this exists. In which areas this exists? So that is concerned to the marriages. In marriages, we particularly follow these things, that we married to a particular boy or a girl of our caste only. We are not going to married with other caste people, right? So this kind of system happens in even urban areas where educated people are living. Now, which other forms of inequalities are happening in our society? That is the inequalities too, in which the lower caste, we know the lower caste as Dalits, are discriminated against. People are also treated unequally and unfairly on the basis of the religion they practice, class, background they come from, and gender, as well whether they are male or female. Even male and female have different works, and we are discriminate so many things in the gender. Now, what do you mean by Dalit? The term Dalit refers to a group of people traditionally known as untouchables. We can say that untouchables are the socially and economically backward people, but they are the integral part of our Indian society. Now, recognizing the dignity of an individual. How we can recognize one's respect? Dignity means what, students? Dignity means respect. When individuals are not treated equally, their dignity is violated. If someone treated you perfectly, if someone treated you in good manner, so you were happy. But if someone treated you worse, then you are going to affect. Your mind is going to affect. You feel sad, right? Now, nobody deserves to be treated unequally. Everyone deserves the same respect and dignity. Let's study about discrimination and its evil impact on the affected people as an individual and society as a whole. Now we are going to learn about how in our society people discriminated in different forms or in different areas. Okay, now we are going to learn about the caste discrimination. Caste discrimination is not only unfair but also unjust. The very thought of casteism and discrimination contradicts the inherent principle of equality and justice mentioned in the preamble to the Constitution. Now, what is the preamble? Preamble means what? Preamble means what, students? Means the pledge. In our Constitution, one pledge is there, and according to that pledge, all the people should be treated equally, and the caste system is the main center where people discriminated. The Constitution of India provides for equality of all the Indians irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, belief, gender, region, language, etc. In a multilingual, multi-religious and multicultural society like India, multilingual means India has many languages, India has many religions, and India has many culture to follow for. And in this kind of country, people getting discriminated, there should not be any place for inequality and discrimination. Such practices have the potential to cause immeasurable damage to the unity and integrity of the nation. And this kind of discrimination, students, create what? Damages. And what kind of damages they created? So they damage the unity between the people. People were not united by this discrimination and integrity of the nation. It devoids the country of the productive and essential manpower that discriminated against section of society that is required for the economic growth. If we are discriminated the people, then people's feelings get hurt, and if their feelings get hurt, they feel upset. They were not going to do the work properly as they are able to do it, right? So the manpower is going to be affected by the discrimination, and if the manpower is going to be affected, then it's directly affect our economic growth, because if people are not going to work properly, then they are not going to earn properly, and if they are not going to earn properly, their standard of living going to be decreased, and because of that our country's development even going to be reduced. Now, the discriminated against section feels low and fail to give his best at work. This is what I explain you. We need to encourage the socially and economically weaker sections for their betterment and for the country as well. If they are not feeling well, we can do many things, we can do many steps to feel them good, to make them happy, and because of that and by that we can develop their standard of living, we can increase their standard of living, and we even increase our economic growth. People, we also need to create awareness among the general masses against the peril of such evil and unfair practices of discrimination in our day-to-day life. Now, how we can make some changes, how we can reduce this discrimination? So we can aware the people, we educate the people that they cannot do this, they are not able to do this, right? Now, while our own social interaction, we must maintain the dignity of an individual, as each one of us are unique and equally important for the healthy development of our society. Now, examples of caste discrimination. First, during primary education, I was very good in my studies. The headmaster, who belonged to the upper caste, used to purposely ignore and discourage me by referring to my caste openly in the class. In the school, he used to practice untouchability, which scheduled caste students were not allowed to use the same place where others used to drink water. What kind of discrimination is there, students? So for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes people or students, they get separate place, they get separate areas to drink water. So this is one kind of discrimination. Second is, during my schooling, I do not like to disclose my caste. If we are treated people or students like this, then they have that fear that they are not able to speak courageously about their caste, right? They are not able to speak by that from which caste they are belong to. They hesitate to speak about their caste. Why they were hesitate to do so? Because of this kind of discrimination. Discrimination at the social and other levels are harmful in totality. It causes serious problems for the discriminated against class and may have multiple effects of adverse nature. Some of the effects of discriminations are as follows. What kind of effects they caused on the mind of people or in the any areas? Now, first is deprivation, then mental block, humiliation, inferiority complex, escapism, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, poor performance, crises and conflicts, anger and dissatisfaction. So a particular person can affect by these problems, means he going into the depression, then his or her mind is not going to work properly, they cannot work, they cannot perform well, then what? They want to leave that area or they want to leave that work because of the discrimination. Their confidence is going to be reduced, lack of confidence in their particular mind, in their particular person's mindset. They get angry. Now, first we are going to learn about what is protective discrimination. The system of protective discrimination grants special privileges to the socially and economically backward people or class such as scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Now you can see here activity. You must be watching the popular TV serials like Balika Vadhu, Na Anais Des Laro and Uttarayan. Identify different inequalities being shown in these serials. Even so many TV serials are there that shows or educate the people to do not do this kind of inequalities. They aware the people about this kind of equalities that happen in our society. Now many forms of untouchability means how people treat the other peoples or lower caste peoples. In 1999, P. Sainath, an Indian journalist, wrote a series of news reports describing untouchability and caste discrimination still being practiced in many places in India. Now, how these kind of activities happen in India. So, first example is that at tea stall, cups are kept separately for Dalits and others. Then, barbers refuse to serve Dalit clients. Dalit students were made to sit separately in the classroom. Dalit grooms were not allowed to ride a horse in the wedding procession. So these are the examples how people are treated, how lower caste people and how Dalits are treated in the areas or in the society. All these are the examples of the various types of discrimination that prevail in our society. P. Sainath succeeded in drawing attention of the common masses toward the social problems and its impacts on the already weaker section of the society. Now, P. Sainath, who is the journalist that reported this section or that he reported this discrimination and get the people's mind over there, and because of that people aware and try to not follow this kind of discrimination in our society. Apart from the safeguard provided through legislation in the constitutional provision, the government of India has taken several steps. We avoid this kind of discrimination, but by that only government even take many steps to reduce this kind of discrimination. Now what are the steps? First is reservation in government jobs. There are some reservation in the government job, that is 15% for the scheduled caste, 7.5% for the scheduled tribes, and 27% for the other backward classes, means OBCs. Reservation of seats in the Lok Sabha and other representative bodies. Reservation of seats in educational institutions. Provision of grants and scholarships to the economically weaker sections of the Indian society. Launching of vocational training in the tribal areas. Tribal areas means for students backward areas. In the backward areas, many training sessions should be programmed so that the people of that areas get aware about these opportunities that government provide them. Now, equality in Indian Constitution. In our Constitution, Book of Law, how equality is described. Equality is an important element of democracy. It means all are equal before law. This is rule of law and no discrimination is made on the basis of caste, creed, race, religion, sex, etc. The Constitution of India says that the government shall not deny to any Indian equality before the law or protection of laws. It means that the law is same for all. In our Constitution, equality is must, right? Now, this is called rule of law. What is rule of law? Rule of law means what? Law is same for all. It means that no person is above the law. There cannot be any distinction between a political leader, government official and an ordinary citizen. Now you can see here the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes together constitute about 1/4 of the Indian population. Means whatsoever the Indian population is there, in that population 1/4 are belong to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. To keep them at par with the rest of the Indian society, at par means same level. If we want to make them as same as the other population, need to provide support to them. So we need to support them. So by supporting them only we can make them equal. The Indian Constitution provides for the right to equality. According to it, every Indian citizen is equal in the eye of law. First, the government shall not discriminate against any citizen on the ground of religion, caste, sex or place of birth. Means government cannot discriminate any citizen of the country by their caste, by their religion, by their language, sex or place of birth. Every citizen has equal right to access public places like shops, restaurants, hotels and cinema halls. Now all public places are occupied by each and every person, right? There should be equality to use that or access that public places. There shall be no discrimination with regard to the use of wells, tanks, bathing ghats, roads, playgrounds and other places of public utility maintained by the government for the general public. Whichever the places or whichever the areas or grounds that are created or generated by government for the people, for the citizen of that country, there should be equal access of each and every place, of each and every utilities. Equal opportunities, equal utilization should be there. Practice of untouchability by law in any form is prohibited. If anyone practices untouchability, he or she is liable to imprisonment or fine. In our constitution, what is mentioned there, that if any person practices untouchability, he should be punished. The principle of non-discrimination extends to social life as well. The Constitution mentions the practice of untouchability and clearly directs the government to put an end to it. And government plays a very important role, students, to put an end, means to disclose this kind of discrimination in our society. The Constitution of India has made untouchability a punishable offence. This might appear very obvious, but it was necessary to incorporate these rights in the constitution of our country, where the traditional caste system do not allow people of some communities to access all public places. All citizens have equal of opportunities in matters relating to employment or appointment to any position in the government. Now we are going to learn about equality in other democracies. Inequality has been a part of almost every human society all over the world. In the USA, the African Americans were subjected to large-scale discrimination in the southern states. They had to wage a long struggle against the inequality. Later in, they were given equal rights by the government of USA. Now, what do you mean by African Americans? Inequality, students. So, that is the equality in the color, black and white, right? Now see, you can see here, it is written down in the next paragraph. Another case is that of South Africa, in which the black majority population was categorically denied basic rights by the white minority. Means color discrimination, right? White peoples are not allowed or discriminate the black peoples, and they do not allow that people to enter in their places even. Now see here, the black people of Africa too had to struggle a lot in getting freedom from the white domination under the leadership of Nelson Mandela. Now, how they get over from this situation? So it is by the help of Nelson Mandela. What Nelson Mandela said: I have fought against white domination. I have cherished the ideal of democrats and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunity. What Nelson Mandela thinks of, what kind of society he wants, where all people should be equal, all people get equal opportunities, there should not be any kind of discrimination. Nelson Mandela was given life imprisonment in 1964 as he opposed the apartheid regime. Apartheid regime means what? This discrimination, color discrimination, white and black majorities, right? Now, apartheid was the name of system of racial discrimination. Racial discrimination is that only. Color discrimination means white people do not accept or do not talk or do not behave properly with the black majority. Now, the apartheid system was particularly oppressive for the blacks. They were forbidden from living in those areas where the white people lived, what I said earlier. Train, buses, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, libraries, beaches, pools, theaters, etc. were all separate for the whites and blacks. As protests and struggles against the apartheid had increased, the government put an end to the operation. Means this kind of discrimination is going in the USA and in South Africa. This kind of discrimination is going to be ended up by the government. Finally, at the midnight of 26 April 1994, the new national flag of the Republic of South Africa was unfurled. The white minority government came to an end, giving way for the formation of a multinational racial government in which there was no space for racial discrimination, called apartheid. Means first what happened? What should be happen there? That only white government is generated, or only white government should be there to rule over the country. But now, by these protests and struggles, now there are multinational racial government is formed. Challenges of democracy. Equality is the key feature of democracy. What is the main feature of democracy? That is the equality. However, no country can be described as completely democratic. If we can say that India is a democratic country, but no. Why it's no? Because it is not completely democratic. There is discrimination. All people should be enjoyed equal opportunities. Then only we can say that that country is democratic. But in India, in some areas, even today, people are discriminated. Now, think over it. How does the issues of equality affect various aspects of our day-to-day life? How can we help to establish equality in all aspects of life and maintain the dignity of all individuals? Now we'll have to think about that, how we can stop this kind of discrimination, how we can protect other people to getting discriminated.